Hey everyone, this is Martin from howtomakemobilegames.com. Oh, I'm just going to sort out the camera. Sorry. .com on March the 2nd, 2018. I think it's the 2nd again. Here in Manchester, England, heading off to work again around 9:15 in the morning. Real wintry this past few days, and even more so today. Hopefully, let me just turn these fans down, guys. I hope that the video quality audio is okay for you. This video is about when should you close a business, because recently, for the businesses that I set up a while back, obviously Cobalt Play, and then with my partner in Shanghai we started Panda Tap in sort of 2013. Because for these two businesses we've had quite a lot of pressure recently, and mainly because of Chartboost cancelling our account here for Panda Tap. And just yesterday I didn't receive the payment for January from Chartboost. That's not for Cobalt Play. That's not because of an account cancellation, but for some strange reason the money didn't come through, even though the account details were correct, because on another newer account the money comes through just fine. It's just the page where you enter the account details is all sort of greyed out, and they've said if you want to change any details, contact support. I thought that they'd already accepted the new payment terms, the new payment details, but it looks like it didn't. So I've had to email them, and now it looks like that's going to be delayed by a month and for December revenue, which does put pressure on those businesses. I'm very fortunate that for me personally, I'm not relying on that money right now. It's obviously I work full time, which is great, but it does. Oh, there's a can on the road. But it does raise the question of when should you cancel a business, because Cobalt Play and Panda Tap have now dragged on for a long time, really for a long time, and I don't think, at least from my sort of research on, say, YouTube or just watching videos, not many people talk about this subject. Not many. It's not because with YouTube videos talking about business and success, they always focus on how to be successful, how to grow your company, how to make revenue. They rarely talk about when to just close the business and when to just move on. And I know a lot of videos, especially from like gurus talking about business, will say just go for it, 100%, 120% passion, and you've got to put in the time and just keep going. That is not always true. It really is not always true. There is a point when your business and your business model is just not working. So in the case of Cobalt Play and Panda Tap, that might be the case. Yes, that might be the case. It might just be this business model no longer works. It's time to just, stop operations, let residual money come in. Obviously, I'm not going to say no to residual income, but just stop working on it and focus on something else. Spend minimal time to just do the end of month accounts and, pay the developers that whatever we owe them, and then that's it. Just move on. Completely forget the business model and forget working to build games to publish them onto the app stores, because it's got to the point where, like, Chartboost just cancelled our account the other day, as I mentioned, for Panda Tap, and I'm trying to follow. They've not got back to me yet, so I've got to send them another email. And I to be honest, I don't think it's going to get anywhere, guys. I know I've been through these kind of situations before with like Google Play, iOS, and appealing as a small business, just like sort of a couple of guys. It's just not going to work. They're not going to respond to me. At least I don't think so. I'll give it a try, but I'm not holding my breath for that. And so with Chartboost cancelling that account, that was sort of our main daily income, and now that's just stopped. And we could scramble to make more games faster and faster, and let's update them all with app loving or something, but we're just right back in the same position again. We could even have a situation where, okay, we build some kind of ad network selector. You know, like we use I've forgotten what they're called, but like mopub.com, where you can choose different ad networks, and on the fly you can switch the ad network, so they can do it for you based on the highest eCPM. But it's just, again, it's not a business. It doesn't feel like it's a solid business. It's just, we're trying to scramble for scraps at the table, and when all of these scraps are gone, then we scurry onto another part of the table, and that's what it feels like as an analogy. It's not a solid business. There's no direct to consumer model. There's no solid brand. When people ask me like, oh, for Panda Tap or Cobalt Play, what games have you made? And my answer is always that you won't know them. There's no strong brand. There's no I don't know, in simple terms, like large project or large service that we can continue to build. And we are always under the power of the app stores and the ad networks. You know, we got so much trouble from Google Play cancelling our accounts before, and we've had so much trouble from, like, say, Apple with changing their rules all the time. And you know, for years it was fine. For years it was, you know, obviously I am thankful for app stores, and they paid for my life for like 5 years while I was in China. 6 years. But there's just got to be a point where I don't focus my time on this anymore, and I focus on a different business model within, you know, apps or games, whatever, but a different model altogether, a different service. No more just trying to get these games done and publish them and hope that people will find them, because, again, it's way too saturated. We've just done a VR game that I've got to try and get published this weekend, but to be frank, guys, I don't expect it to get anywhere. I really don't, and that's not because of the game at all. That's just because of the saturation and based on experience. We released 2 VR games on Oculus before. One has made $65 in over a year, and the other one has made $142 since December. Now, obviously, that second one is a better example, but $142 in, 3 months? It's nothing. It's nothing. So there's no reason for me to expect anything different of this new game, even though it is a touch game with the touch sensors for Oculus. I don't see it being any different. There's no reason why it would be. And the quality that we're up against in terms of competition is super high. So there's got to be a point at which you just stop the business. You just wrap it up. It's a hard decision to make, but at the same time, there's no choice. I mean, if Chartboost has cancelled our accounts and we've got reduced cash flow, we were hoping to do some better publishing. We had one game which was published in Japan through another developer. Basically, we were the middleman between the publisher and the developer, and that was a fairly well-known game on Google Play, and we were hoping to do better in Japan. For the first couple of months it did okay, and I thought, okay, great, we've got a little bit of cash flow. And then sort of, I think it was October or September, then it just went straight down to, like, you know, insignificant numbers. Nobody cared. I don't care about the numbers, honestly. They're that small. They're just, I don't even open the email sometimes when I receive the notification of you've received some payment. You know, I just know it's going to be nothing almost. And so there's no point in even getting excited about it. So I've mentioned this term before, but the zombie company, that is the company that neither grows nor shrinks, and that's what Cobalt Play and Panda Tap have become. And you've got to decide as a business when to wrap up, when to just close it. If you're in business to just get by and do okay and run, like, you know, I'm looking at a shop here across the road, like you run a little corner shop and then it makes some money and you're happy and you're comfortable and you've got regular customers, great, if you're happy to do that. But I'm not happy to do that for Cobalt Play or Panda Tap. I'm not happy to just get by and because it is a lot of time, you see. I obviously I work full time and then I come home and I do some more work. It has to be, if I'm going to spend my time after work doing something else and working hard and being tired very often, it has to be something rewarding. It has to be something which has a grand future. It can't just be it's just getting by. Let's pump out some games. So there's got to be a point where it wraps up. I mean, I said in the other video before when I think I was talking about investors, if investors were on board with PandaTap or Cobble Play, they would have wrapped up a long time ago, because the numbers, they wouldn't have been satisfied. That's for sure. And I think, well, because we've had such low overheads, we've not had an office or like a large team or expensive equipment, we've managed to get by, but we've not grown. We've not grown at all. And so when do you stop your business? Well, in situations like this, yeah, maybe. If some residual income comes in, great, but you've just got to put your foot down sometimes and just swallow it and just say no. You know, this can't go on like this. We're not got a business model. We're not really getting anywhere. There's no growth. I don't have a future plan for Cobble Play or PandaTap. I have no plan. I have no clear direction on what is going to happen with those businesses, and that's a bad thing. Obviously, that's a very bad thing. I'm supposed to be the one who has the clear direction, and I don't anymore. I used to. I really used to, but not anymore. Since it just got so difficult to get anywhere in the sort of small game publishing arena. And it's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. So I would like to know your thoughts, guys. I really would. You know, thank you for the recent comments as well. I'm sorry this video wasn't the most upbeat video. My apologies. But I like to think that I am honest in these videos and truthful, and it gives you a sort of honest idea of what it's the situation of what a small games business can go through. So, but yeah, let me know what you think, guys, anyway, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye bye.